Alright, well, last night went okay. That man didn't try to kidnap me. I think he just liked me. I'm not entirely sure. But he didn't bother me after that. I don't know why he kept putting me on the camera. It was weird. But anyway, I want to tell you guys something. So, I am like the happiest I've been in a long time. Okay? I have my own place. Me and Maddie are chilling. We have food in our fridge. Our bills are paid. I still owe a little bit of rent, but for the most part, we're doing better than we've ever done in like the last 10 years of my life. Longer than 10 years of my life. So, my baby dad, he left and he got this girl, well, first he cheated and he got this girl pregnant, and then he left and moved in with her and whatnot. Alright, I'm not here to ramble about that. What I'm here to say is, he did all that and he left and he moved to Jersey, and he wanted my son to go to Jersey. And I didn't want him to go to Jersey, to be completely honest, because I don't know where this guy lives. He lives with a woman who doesn't like, my baby dad's the kind of person where he spread all these lies about me and made me look like a horrible person. So, one, I don't want Maddie going there and getting manipulated, and, then I got problems with my kid. And I also don't want, the baby mom his other baby mom, controls everything. And I don't want him there. And I don't know where the house is, and I don't trust either of them people. Alright, so that is my personal and honest truth on the situation. But overall, the main part of this is that my son does not want to go there. So I'm letting him use me and blame me for everything so he doesn't have to tell his dad that he doesn't want to go see him. When the reality is he wants his brother to come over and see us. But his dad's not going to go for that unless he can control me. And it's all about control. It's about figuring out where I live and what school Maddie's going to. Well, I recently changed Maddie's school because my baby dad called his old school, and then the teachers pulled him aside and started asking him if he was having trouble at home and all this kind of stuff, and making trouble at home, basically. Now, mind you, this is the happiest and most peaceful we have ever been, but my baby dad has a way of making me look like a complete fucking monster. So I switched to school and I didn't tell him, and my son is old enough to call his dad if he wants to. He has a cell phone. I pay the bill every single month. He can call his dad and text his dad whenever he wants. The thing is that his dad only calls and texts him, and as soon as he gets on the phone, he starts complaining about me. And it's like, well, your mother won't tell me when your graduation is, and your mother won't do this, and your mother won't do that, and your mother doesn't let me come see you, or doesn't let you come see me. Now, mind you, my baby dad does not know that it's his son that doesn't feel like being bothered. But I tried to explain, your kid has a phone and he can call you if he wants to call you, but my baby dad, he can't understand that. Accountability is not something that grasps his tiny little brain. So, anyway, my son doesn't talk to his dad anymore because every time he calls, it's about me, and it's it makes him uncomfortable. And I don't know why my son is afraid to speak up and speak his piece to his dad, but he doesn't like to say these things. He tries to be all quiet. But when I speak for him, then I look like I'm just a mom who's, an ass, and I won't let my kids see him, and I'm this and I'm that. Okay, well, I spent the last 4 minutes to tell you guys this. So, last night, I think it was last night. No, not last night. The night before last night. His grandmother, his dad's mom, calls. Now, mind you, my kid don't give a crap about his grandmom because growing up the entire time, my baby dad's son was her priority, and then Maddie was the redheaded stepchild or whatever. And this woman has all these memories where she thinks that he loves her and whatever. But the reality of the situation is, you don't even think about her. And he knew that like everything was always Aiden, and he was just like the random kid that didn't really count. Now, even growing up, I used to make comments about like, what is it? Does she love the brown one but don't like Maddie because he's too white? Like, what's the issue with Maddie? They're both your sons, so whatever. I don't know. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Moral of the story was, this woman called me the other night, and the first thing she said was, what's your address? Or no, what you need to send me the information for Maddie's graduation. And I was like, Maddie's not even having a graduation until next year. First of all, I just put this kid in a whole new school because your son is bothering me and bothering us and disturbing our peace. And now you want to know the address. Like, no, I'm not giving you the address. I just put the kid in the freaking school. I moved a whole new house. I put him in a whole new school. Like, we are almost in witness protection program. Like, you think he's in the freaking mafia or something. Okay, so that was how she started off the conversation. She was like, I need the address for his graduation. I was like, he's not even graduating until next year. And she's like, what do you mean? He's in 8th grade, right? No, he's not. You know what I mean? But like, you're a super grandmom and you're gonna see him, right? You want to see him so bad. All right, so okay, so she called. Now she's my baby dad talks crap about me, and like, he built this whole image of me being a monster. So that's basically what the entire family still thinks, is that I'm like evil, and I'm just like, I stole Maddie, I just snatched him out the world. Like, this whole family seems to forget that he got a girl pregnant and moved to New Jersey, and like, me and Maddie started a new life, but somehow we're bad people for starting our own life, and it doesn't include them. So I'm up to something, obviously. All right, so anyway, I wouldn't tell her that. And then she tried to get my address, and I was like, there's things first she wanted to talk to Maddie, and I was like, fine, you can talk to him, like, that's fine, like, you can let him know that he's alive. And because I assumed my baby dad was like standing next to her, because that's all this is about. Like, this woman don't talk to us, she cares about Aiden, and I knew it was just to get in contact with me so she could report back to her son. That's what she's always done for the last 11 years. So like, I already know that game, I already know how it's played. So she tries to get the address or whatever, and I was like, you can talk to Maddie, but we're not, like, there's things about our life that we don't share with you anymore. Like, we have a whole new life now, and it don't include you. All right, so she gets Maddie on the phone, and when she called him, she said something. Now, I didn't hear it, but Maddie said to me, did you hear when I first answered the phone? Because Maddie answered the phone, but he didn't say hello. He just like answered the phone and like sat there quiet. And he was like, she said something about they're abusing him. I was like, yeah, that sounds like something their family's saying. Now, Maddie didn't want to talk to the lady. Like, he don't even give a flying crap about this woman. And she drinks a lot. She gets on his nerves. And like, the only real memory he has of her is that she took him to church one time, and it was awful, and he hated going to church. And literally, that's the whole story. But everything was always Aiden. Like, she would come down and pick up Aiden. She would come to see Aiden. How's my Aiden? How's Aiden? And Maddie always just had me. You know what I mean? So that's why when everything happened, like, Maddie stayed with me, because Maddie's always been like mine only. I don't know. So anyway, I made Maddie talk to her because I didn't want her and the baby dad thing to start talking more crap about me, that I'm abusing him. Because first of all, this is the best we've ever been doing in our entire freaking life. And now they're still trying to cause chaos. Now, they started the chaos, and now they still want to create more, because I'm not mad, like, because I don't care. I don't care that what happened to them. I really don't. Anyway, I want to tell you about the manipulation this woman did. Alright, so she gets on the phone, she's trying to get the address out of me, I wouldn't give it to her. She's trying to get what school he goes to, I wouldn't give it to her. Before I let Maddie get on the phone with her, I said, yo, when you talk to this woman, you don't tell her where we live, you do not give her our address and you do not give her the school that you go to, because we did not go through all of this work to start a new life just for them to figure out the location and screw it up again. So he had on the shirt that had his school on it, and he literally changed his shirt just so she couldn't figure out where he went. Now, she drinks a lot, so I highly doubt she would have even acknowledged his shirt. But anyway, so she gets on the phone and she said the thing about the abusing him, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because that's what my son told me, and I did not personally hear her because I wasn't on the phone. So anyway, he's on the phone with her, and she wanted to FaceTime him, and I don't have a FaceTime thing. I have an Android, so we couldn't do the video. And I wasn't going to unblock her on WhatsApp so that she could start disturbing my work, because that's where all my bosses and stuff are. And every time that sound comes through on my phone, I know that it's business related. So I don't want to be bothered with her on there talking about, you never let me talk to my grandkids. Well, you know what I mean? And Maddie doesn't want to give her his phone number because he doesn't want to be bothered either. So then she goes on the phone with him, and she couldn't do the FaceTime thing. So she was like, all right, let me call you back. Now, mind you, if she actually cared to talk about him, like to talk to him, it wouldn't have mattered that he didn't have a FaceTime. Like, she literally hung up when she couldn't see the screen and see inside of our home. If you actually miss your grandson and you actually just want to talk to the kid, then you're not going to be worried about, oh, I can't see you. Like, especially if you haven't talked to him in a long time, you're going to at least pretend to be interested in him. So anyway, she hung up. She eventually did call back. She tried again to get him on FaceTime. We again explained that we can't do FaceTime. So then, she said like basic things like, you know, how's school? Are you doing good? He is. A's, B's, and 1 C. And then she goes, how tall are you? Now, Maddie has got an attitude because he doesn't want to talk to the woman. So he tells her he's 7 foot. And I, in the background, I was like, he's lying. He is not 7 foot. Okay. So then she said some other stuff, and she started talking about, well, don't you miss your dad? Don't you miss your brothers? They really miss you. They want to see you. They never get to talk to you. And I was like, hold the fuck up. No, we're not going to sit there and try to reminisce on the past, because I am finally at a good place. Maddie is finally at a good place. We are finally happy. And you want to come up in here and remind us of the past where we don't have a single good memory, where those people pretended to love us and they were not. Like, that's not, they're not even family. Like, they're literally not even family. And they spent 11 years manipulating me and making me look like a fucking psycho, while my baby dad was running around doing all kinds of crazy shit, and I was covering for him, lying to his mom, right? Dude went to work, and, well, dude got up and got dressed and pretended to go to work for an entire 2 weeks when he was actually fired. And when his mom called, I lied, and I was like, oh yeah, he's at work. No, your son is a piece of crap, and I lied for 11 years to protect him. But that's over. So, like, at this point, it's annoying to me. So, anyway, the whole conversation was an intel thing, and it was a manipulation thing. It was like, I could feel it. Like, I could feel it, I could see it. And it was basically, how can I get her to think like she misses him? And then she said, well, I don't know what's going on between you and Lefty. And I was like, there is no Lefty. There's no me and Lefty. There's nothing going on. Like, he is in New Jersey. He lives there. He doesn't exist in our world. Like, that is what's going on. And she's like, well, you guys have to be adults. Okay. Yeah, I need to mature. You're very, very right. But not in this situation, ma'am. There's no we. We don't need to be adults. You don't get to force somebody to go back and interact with people that are toxic and unhealthy for them. It doesn't, you can't sit there and manipulate me and make me think that I'm being childish because I finally found a safe place that is peaceful and doesn't include them in my reality. My bills are paid. My son is fed. He's in school. He's in a great school now. I don't mean to brag, but he's in a great school now. Like, we are chilling. So don't come up here and talk about
You guys need to grow up. You guys need to do. No, there is no you guys. It's him and his girlfriend and their new baby and their family over there. And then it's me and Maddie. Like, me and Maddie don't have to call if we don't want to call. Me and Maddie don't have to keep in touch if we don't want to keep in touch. Maddie doesn't have to go see you. That was the other thing she said. She was like, well, if you'll allow it, I would like to come get Maddie and spend some time with my grandson. First of all, don't put it on me like I'm not allowing him to go anywhere. First the fuck of all. Second of all, Maddie doesn't want to go. And I'm not going to force my kid to go hang out with some woman that he knows doesn't give a crap about him. And the only reason she wants to get a hold of him and hang out with him is so she can get intel on her house. It's just an interrogation tactic. She don't give a flying crap about him. And I don't even have to tell him that. These are words that came out his own mouth. He said specifically, I don't know why she's calling me. Why can't she just go hang out with Aiden and Mikey? Yeah, buddy, that part. But, the point is that I'm trying to get to is that when you're finally doing good and all the demons in your past see that you're doing good, they try to get intel on you. They try to get, like, back up in your life, and they try to get their little claws up in there in any way necessary. But not only do they try to track you and get information on you, more the control thing that they love so much, it's about, she was trying to manipulate me into making me feel that I was wrong for staying away from him, for completely cutting contact. And I'm telling you guys right now, don't let anybody ever make you feel wrong for leaving a toxic situation. Now, granted, I didn't leave the toxic situation. The toxic situation left me. And that's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, I cut contact. And somehow now I'm being made to be like this, whatever, oh, my baby mom don't let me see my son. His son is almost 14 years old and has a cell phone glued to his fucking hand. If his son wanted to answer the damn phone, he would. What does that have to do with me? Do I want him to go to Jersey? Hell no. But luckily my son don't feel like going there either. He wants his dad to let his brother come over to our house. That's what he wants. But my baby dad can't do that because that'll take control out of him. And he was enjoying, you see, I was supposed to break. I wasn't supposed to do good. I wasn't supposed to have a house, an apartment. I wasn't supposed to have a good job. I wasn't supposed to be winning in life. I was supposed to crumble, and all of the stories that he told about me were supposed to be true. It was supposed to be like, yeah, you see her? You see her? And then his mom asked me for money at the end of the conversation. Now, granted, I didn't give it to her, but it's just the principle of it. And then she goes, she was like, yeah, and I never ask anybody for anything. And I was like, first of all, I gave you $200. You asked me for money and I gave you $200. But like shit like that, they don't think about that. They don't think about that at all. It's like they have an image set in their mind that I'm a piece of crap, and it doesn't matter what I say or what I do or how many times I try to explain myself. I still, in the image or in the eyes of the family or whatever, their family, I still have this, like, I ain't shit. Like, that's just what it is. It's their son, the alcoholic, is a wonderful super dad. And I'm just like an evil person who just won't let my baby see him. And it's stupid. It's so stupid. And they're trying to manipulate me, and they think I'm fucking retarded, but I'm not. That's the sad thing. I healed, and they're trying to come up in here and disturb my peace again. And manipulate me into thinking that I'm doing wrong by doing better. Because once he comes back in my life, let me rebuke that, first of all. Oh, time out. If he were allowed to come back into my life, I promise you 1,000% that everything would start collapsing. Everything would start collapsing. And I don't mean to get all in the witch stuff and all that and whatever. I'm not even going to take that there in this conversation. But what I am going to say is that anything that my baby dad knows about collapses before it happens. And I can't let that happen. I can't. The second, if I were to start like trying to be whatever they're trying to make me, everything in our world would collapse. Everything would collapse. My life didn't start getting good until I completely went no contact with him and his entire family. When he was in my life, he had the ability to control everyone's opinion of me. He would go to the neighbors, all them Opal Street demons I keep talking about. They were like besties with my baby dad, but they would pretend to be friends with me. So they would gain intel on me. Like, I'd be hanging out with them, talking, thinking, oh, these are my friends. These are my little friends. No, they weren't my little friends, actually. They were informants. They were just sending information back to my baby dad. So when I cut off contact with Opal Street, 100%. When I cut off contact with my baby dad, with his mom, with the whole family, with all of that, that's when my life finally started getting good. And that's when everything started working out in my life. And now that I think they see my Instagram or my YouTube, honestly. And I think that they're seeing that I'm doing good, and I'm doing way good without them. And that's why they're trying to get their fangs back in me. And they're trying to drain me again. Because it's hard to ruin my reputation when they can't control who I associate with anymore. They don't have control over my life enough to ruin it. And I think that's what's pissing my baby dad off. Because my baby dad was never an active father. It's not like he was like, oh, I love the kids. Like, no. My baby dad, in all reality, he paid the bills. He paid the bills, and he was good at that. And 9 times out of 10, our bills were usually paid. Most of the time. And other than that, he's not like the dad that was like, let's go fishing. How are you doing, buddy? Like, my kids don't even talk to him for real, for real. He literally just works, and he goes in his bedroom and he plays video games. Like, so to sit here and act like I'm keeping his son from him, like, he doesn't, like, feel that he's missing anything, to be completely honest. Like, what do you want him to do? Come over and wash your dishes? The fuck? Anyway, I gotta go. My bus will be here soon. Love you, bye.